Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing all about notice writing. First of all, we'll start with the basic definition of a notice. So, what is a notice? Notices are a means of formal communication targeted at a particular person or a group of persons. It's like a news item informing such person or persons of some important event. This can be an invitation to a meeting, an announcement of any event, to issue certain instructions, make appeals, etc. So, in simpler words, notice is basically a document that is drafted to make people aware of any event or any meeting or any sort of important event that is going to take place in the future which they need to take part in. So for example, it can be an audition, it can be a committee meeting, it can be a competition that is being held in a school, or it can be something like the power cut. If any society manager has to inform about the power cut that has to take place in the society from, for example, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So he or she will draft a notice and put up on the notice board so that everyone who passes through the notice board would see that yes, the power cut would take place from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on this specific date. Notice is also written so that the person, the informing authority, should not have to contact everyone personally. If I am the in charge of a club, for example, I'm the in charge of a literary club in my school, so I would not go on to tell every child in the school that there is a competition that is going to be held on so date, and you have to come for auditions on so time. So for this purpose, for making things a bit uniform and hassle-free, a notice is written to inform larger masses at one time. Whoever sees the notice board can be informed about the events that are going to take place through a notice. So this is the only purpose to write a notice. So now we'll discuss about the marking scheme of notice writing, which is in the syllabus of class 12 CBSE board. So you would be asked to write a notice. You'll be given to write a notice with advertisement. You will be given a choice to write either an advertisement or a notice. So this would be one of the questions of your writing section. So earlier notice used to carry 4 marks, but now it carries 3 marks. You are given 1 mark for your format, 1 mark for your expression, and 1 mark for your content. So it all depends how much marks you score in which area. So all of these 3 parameters are judged, and according to this you are given marks out of 3. So now we'll move on to discuss all of these 3 areas one by one. So the first area carrying 1 mark is the format. So what is the format of anything? You must have heard that a show, format of things, format of a show, format of a TV show, or format of a program, format of writing, all of the things, all of the subparts in your writing section, be it article, be it a speech, be it an invitation or an advertisement, all of these things have the format. So format is the basic skeleton of anything, of any writing exercise that you have to attempt. So in the same way, notice also has a specific format. If you do not follow that specific format, you will surely lose marks out of 1 in this area. So what are the elements of the format of a notice? So the most important element is a box. If you start writing a notice, the first thing you should do is, if you choose to attempt a notice in your exam, the first thing you should do is draw a box outside. Draw the upper line, that is, draw this line, and draw both the lines on left and right side and on the upper side, so that you know that yes, I have drawn this box and I have to complete this box when I finish with my content. You do not know how many lines your content will take, so do not draw the last line. My advice is you draw these 3 lines and start with the notice, so that you do not forget to make a box. Most of the times we are in such pressure writing the English exam that we do not get time to come back to the questions that we had left. So this is one hack that you should use. Always make a box whenever you start to attempt a writing question. So the first part would be the first heading on your notice, and in the box would be the name of the issuing authority. It would be the name of the agency. For example, if you're given a question regarding a school, or if you are if you're writing a notice as a manager of a society, so obviously, so surely you would be given the name of that society or the school. But if not, you can write XYZ, XYZ agency, XYZ school, and ABC city. So this is the most important element. This should come on the top. When you make the first line of the notice, in the next line itself, you should write the name of the issuing authority and the agency in bold capitalized letters. And then comes the word notice. Now, when you write the word notice, you have to leave a line before that. As you can see, name of the issuing authority comes first, and then you have to leave a line, and then in the next line you have to write notice. Notice should also be in capital letters. And on the left hand side of the word notice should be your date. This is the wrong way of writing the date. You have to write the complete date. For example, if today is 9th September 2020, you should write it as it is, 9 September, 2020. This is the proper way of writing the date in your notice. And then comes the heading. Heading is basically the title or the subject of the notice. This is the reason why you are writing this notice. This may or may not come in capitalized letters. That is your choice. You can also consult your teachers. And this title should also come after leaving one line when you write the word notice. So till now we have learned that first you have to write the name of the issuing authority on the top in capital letters. Then you have to leave one line. Then you have to write the word notice in capital letters. Then also you have to leave one line. Then you write the title of the notice that we will deal that I'll discuss with you how to write when we deal with the examples. And then you leave another line after the title, then start with your main content. So the one major thing that you have to keep in mind is that the word notice and the date should come in one line. Okay? And then after the content, when you end your notice, you have to write the name of the person who is writing the notice, and you have to write his or her designation. Designation means his position in the agency, whether he's a manager, or if you're talking about a school, whether the notice is written by a head boy or a head girl, or the in charge of literary club, or the editor of the school magazine, anyone. You would be given this designation in the question itself. So this is an important aspect of the format. This should come on the left side of your page of the box in the end of the notice. When the moment you end the content of your notice, you have to write the name of you have to mention the authorized signatory. You do not have to sign the name of that person. You do not have to write a sign, just the name and the designation. This is a major mistake some students make, that they sign as the person whose name is written in the question. You do not have to do that. You just have to write the name and the designation. So you do not have to write the signature. So an important note is that CBSE has mentioned that the candidate should not be penalized if they use capital letters for writing a notice within or without a box. However, the students must make a box for the notice to avoid any possibility of losing marks. Do not use unnecessary capitalization in content or headings. Follow the word limit. So in regard to the capitalization, what you can do is the word notice is compulsorily written in capital letters, that is for sure. The name of the issuing authority and the title of the subject, they can be written without capitalizing the words. This is for sure you can do. This aspect is free of any confusion. Just make sure that you draw a box outside your notice. That is what this important note is saying. Just make sure that you draw a box outside and do not use unnecessary capitalization. Do not write the date in capital letters. Do not write the name of the person issuing the notice in capital letters. So now we come to the second aspect, that is content. The content of the notice must be very direct and to the point. You have a word limit of 50 words. So you have to be direct and to the point. You have to be precise. And the content must convey a formal tone. In your syllabus, you have notices. Notices are formal, and in that line, they should be formal. Most of the notices are announcements or information based. So make sure that you do not miss any detail, and also make sure that you do not put in an extra detail from your side, which is not needed and which is not necessary. You will lose marks if you will add any detail from your own side. You should only provide the data and facts that are given in the question. So here are some tips to write the content of the notice. The first one being not adding any additional data of your own, only providing the information that is given in the question, using a formal tone, and use all the facts mentioned in the question. For example, you are given that you are Rashi or Rahul you are the literary coordinator of the school. Write a notice informing the students about the declamation contest being held in the school on this date. So first you come to know that you have to sign yourself, you have to mention your name as Rahul if you are a male, or Rashi if a female. You have to mention your name in the end of the notice. The second thing you came to know is that you are the literary coordinator of the school. You have to write your designation as literary coordinator. The third thing you came to know is that the date of the contest and the contest in regard to which you have to inform the students. So these four things that I mentioned should not go missing in the content of your notice, and they should be covered within the word limit. And you should also take care of your grammar and spellings. I know that the word limit is so less. It is only 50 words, but this doesn't mean that we should lose the sense of our grammar and our spellings. These are our topmost priority. Now comes the part of expression. The expression means how the students have expressed the data and facts in the notice via their content. Here the students' language, use of sentences, grammar and spelling are taken into consideration. Therefore, you should make sure to involve all the facts and data in the questions with good and crisp sentences in the notice. So what does expression mean? Expression basically is a way of putting your content. For example, if you start a notice from this notice is regarding, or XYZ invites you all to, or interested candidates are invited to for more details and undersigned. So these are all the basic elements that make your expression formal. So take care of your expression, take care of how you put your words, how you form your sentences in a notice, and take care that your expression is formal. Your grammar should be correct, your sentences should be correct, and your spelling should be correct. And also involve all the facts and data in the question with good and crisp sentences. The sentences should be good and sentences should be to the point.